Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Dallas here, and welcome to episode 5 of Friday Night Customs. Now, this is a show where obviously I react to your guys' custom figures. Today, we're going to have a little cameo from another YouTuber here on the show, and we're going to see who that is after a few custom figures. And we have a lot to look at here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Alright, so first up we have Sesvin with a Millennium Godzilla custom figure. This is absolutely beautiful. What I know he did so far as I can see, he made this whole thing with his own articulation. I know it's kind of hidden, which is a good thing. He hid it pretty well. He made a fully articulated Millennium Godzilla, and I love the choice of paint that he used. I love the black and I love the gray on the chest. Looks absolutely amazing. I like the little addition of the yellow on the fingers and the toes. Looks great. Here's another really nice shot of his Millennium Godzilla. As you guys can see, like I mentioned here, you see a little bit of that articulation that he added to the figure. Looks really good, man. I really impressed with this. I like how extended the figure looks. And we have another shot here, and like I said again, you can see that torso separation. You can kind of see the joints that he added over here, but like I said in the beginning, he added these joints and he did a really good job at hiding them. So 10 out of 10 with this figure, Sesvin. You did a really great job. I really enjoyed this figure. Keep up the great work, bro. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Okay, so we have Godzilla and Jurassic with a custom King Gojira figure. As far as I know, this is pretty much the first ever King Gojira custom figure made of my custom, and I absolutely love it so far. I love the gold paint that he added on this figure. I think the wings that he used were from the actual Showa era Godzilla figure that they have on, I think, AliExpress. Might be the bootleg. And yeah, like I said, the gold paint looks absolutely beautiful. It gives off Showa vibes for sure, and I can see that he really did pay attention to detail, and he added the little Ghidorah spikes on the head just like my figure. I love that so much. And I think in the description of his figure, he said that his hand kept falling off the figure, so he just made it look like King Gojira here lost his hand in battle, and that works out perfect. It's completely alright. It works really good with the figure. Here's a little shot of King Gojira with his gravity beam fighting Godzilla Evolved. Another little custom figure here, which is his Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved. Great job on that. I love this figure. Godzilla and Jurassic, thank you for making a custom King Gojira figure. It's absolutely beautiful. I really appreciate you making a custom figure of my custom figure. That really means a lot to me. Alright, man, keep up the great work, and yeah, let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Alright, so we have General Burt here with a custom figure, and it looks like he has a little story with this figure, and it's quite a long paragraph, so I'm going to go ahead and read it off to you guys so we can all understand what this figure is and what kind of character he is together. Let's get it started. Dallas, this is my Friday Night Customs submission, Goldzilla. I based him off of the character Gold Trucks from the show Dino Trucks. Goldzilla, much like his species, were radiation consumers, but one day, Goldzilla, originally known as Garan or Garen, discovered something new, gold. He tasted it and was obsessed. He also found that its unique properties made him more powerful, increasing his atomic breath potency and power. He betrayed his kind and began kidnapping other titans in Hollow Earth, tricking him out with golden parts that would make him even more powerful. He lays in Hollow Earth subterranean level, waiting for Kong to find him and waiting to attack the surface. So guys, this is Goldzilla here by General Burt. I see that he has the little spikes on his back, kind of like Space Godzilla, and we can obviously see the gold dorsal plates and gold fingers and toes, and we just see speckles of gold everywhere. And like General Burt said, Goldzilla consumed gold and became more powerful, more radiation. We get a little close-up of his golden dorsal plates and his crystal here on the back, or spike, I don't know what you really want to call it. But yeah, guys, I think this was a really cool and creative idea. Like I always say, I love it when you guys make custom stories for your characters. It just adds a lot of life to it. I really want to see more of that from you guys, and I really appreciate you guys putting the effort and time into giving life to your custom characters. Alright, General Burt, this was really awesome. I love this. Great job on the custom figures, and keep up the great work. Alright guys, before I head on with the next custom figures, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to my friend here to help me react to your guys' hard work. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
What is good, everyone? It is me, Xavier, aka Unravel Pictures TM, and I'm the special guest for today's Friday Night Custom video. And I'm going to be checking out 3 awesome customs that I think you guys would like. Starting off with Gary Sato over here. he has this custom one eye over here, but I wanted to check out the description he gave it because I actually like it when you guys give lore to your customs. The lore for this custom is, after when Zuko kicked One Eye off of the Crystal Mountain, he got injured and went to one of the portals to Earth. So he learned to survive on his own, so he wanted to take revenge on Godzilla and Kong for defeating Scar King. So he made his own axe out of scrap metal and made his own arm stabber. Like I said before, I like when you guys give a backstory to your custom so that way the viewer can envision and see, this makes sense, you know what I mean? And as you can tell, we can see he has his weapons, and I think this is supposed to be like maybe a strap for him to hold his weapons. We got the arm stabber right here, and then over here we have his own axe. But there's another photo he gave, so let's take a closer look at that. So right here we can see that he took the bone that came with the figure and added a little spike piece to it here. One thing I like about it is that the colors are consistent, but I would say, in my opinion, I would have liked it maybe if he added like a weathering effect to the axe. And with the bone stabber over here, you know what I think would have looked cool? If he added a little bit of red to it to symbolize some blood, so for where he's like battling other enemies. I will say I do wish he showed more photos of the custom so we can get a closer look, because there's really not that much to it besides just the weapons itself. But like I said before, I do like the lore that he gave with it, and I feel like it is fitting and would make sense. Like I can see this actually happening in a future MonsterVerse film. My advice would be for him to add some weathering effect to the axe, adding some red to the arm stabber right here to symbolize some blood. Overall, I'll say this is a decent custom. So yeah, shout out to Gary Sato over here for the custom one eye. The next custom we have is from Anguirus Studios. His lore is, I made a Monarch One Eye for Friday Night Customs. He uses 2 machine guns as weapons and has enhanced eyesight. As you can see, he added a device to One Eye's head, obviously to make it look more robotic. And I like this little dot he included. I don't know, I think that's like digitally added, but either way, it still adds on to the idea of it. And I love this vest that he made, like this piece of armor. I think that's really sick. It has like the Monarch logo. It has its own numbering over here. I think that's a really, really nice touch. And I can see this being like something that they would do. And the machine guns right here, he does come with his 2 machine guns, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, I really like how you was able to make that vest for One Eye. When you went the extra step to actually give him an outfit that would fit the story that you're trying to tell. One thing I really like is how you said like the enhanced eyesight. So they gave him like this headset so that way, you know, he can use his one good eye for action. I think this is a great custom right here, and I love the creativity with it. I would have liked to see more poses and more photos with it, but overall, that doesn't take away from it. This is a very solid custom from Anguirus Studios. Next up, we have this Wolverine custom from Wyattverse 27 2.0. He says, what do you think of my custom battle damage plus sleeveless Wolverine? One thing that you did different from other people is keep the shoulder pads from the Wolverine figure. So that already separates your custom from other people. And if we look carefully at the custom, we can see that you added a lot of battle damage and weathering. As someone who has made this custom before, I appreciate it and understand how challenging it can be. I really appreciate how you were able to add all the scrapes and scars to his armor, as you guys can see on the chest and stomach. And another thing is I really like the weathering effect. It doesn't feel like it's too heavy. He also provided a photo of this Wolverine in action, and as you can see, he's taking out Thanos by decapitating him. I think the positives of it is, again, keeping the shoulder pads. That's something I haven't seen many people do. I think you might have been the first one that I personally have seen. The paint job is pretty solid, and I also like how you went the extra length to add sculpted details in the armor itself. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think you also painted the beard on the figure. I think that's what you did. And there was a piece of advice I would give is to dirty the boots and the gloves, because if Wolverine's using his claws to obviously, you know, attack people, his gloves would be dirty. So I would say to add some, maybe some like blood or some brown and black to the gloves to add on to that weathering effect. But I do like this custom. I think this is a really good custom. I think it stands out from other Wolverine customs. So shout out to you, Wyattverse 27 2.0.
Alright guys, huge shout out to Unraveled Pictures, Xavier, for getting on the show and reacting to your guys' custom figures with me. If you guys would like to see more cameos on the show from Unraveled Pictures, let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like, and let's go ahead and continue with these custom figures. Alright, so now we have Godzilla Skirmer 1996, I believe that's how you say his name, and he has a custom Beast Armor Kong. Now he used the 1993 NECA King Kong. It looks like it's that colorful version, and looks like he put a little bit of armor on him, and we've got the Beast Glove here, which is pretty cool. We just have the shot of Kong here chilling. And like I said, here's his beast glove, which is really nice. He did a great job on that, man. I like it. Great choice of paint too. Not too sure what's happening in this picture, but I think he's showing like a little bit of a before action before he painted the glove here. And he's showing off his hard work on his fingers. Like I said in a previous episode, I told you guys, if your fingers don't look dirty like this, that means you didn't work hard enough on your custom figures. Anyways, Godzilla Skirmer 1996. I really appreciate you submitting your custom. It looks absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Alright, so we have Brick Bones with a custom T-Mat figure, and he said he took inspiration from my custom T-Mat figure, and it looks almost identical. Like it, I really honestly thought it was my figure, so he really did a good job on that. I like the choice of pink that he chose. I can see that he used the gray paint like I did as well, and as I learned, T-Mat isn't gray. I learned that the hard way. I thought she was, but who could really tell underwater, right? We got another 6 shot here of his custom T-Mat figure. Like I said, it looks so much like my figure. It's like literally spot on. Brick Bones, thank you for submitting your custom T-Mat figure. Looks absolutely amazing. Keep up the great work, man. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Alright, so now we have Infinite X with a custom King Ape and a custom T-Rex figure. Now, I mean, first impressions, looks pretty cool. I like the choice in red that you chose, and I like the dinosaur skull that he has on the head. That's really creative. I don't think I've seen that yet. Not too sure what this weapon is, but it looks pretty deadly. And I like that he used the red to put for his eyes. Makes him look really menacing. Here's his King Ape being a little violent here, choking out a dinosaur. And like I said, I love that he put that little, I'm assuming it's a I can't really tell what type of dinosaur it is, but I love that he has that on the head as like kind of like a helmet, kind of like armor. I think that's really awesome. And this is his custom T-Rex figure that he's talking about. I love the paint on it. Looks really unique. I'm assuming this is the original color of the actual figure, or maybe it's the yellow. Like I said, I like this pattern. Looks really good. Your King Ape looks pretty cool, man. So does this Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom. So we have Acid X Productions with a Millennium Burning Godzilla, and this looks absolutely amazing. Looks really good. I can kind of see the dark orange and the yellow on the inside. Did a really great job at painting it here. We get a little side view of the figure. Like I said, I like that he used orange, red, and yellow all as a combination. He did it pretty spot on to the actual movie version. I'm not too sure what figure he used, but it looks pretty big. I don't think this is an articulated figure. I could be really wrong though. I can't really tell with the dark lighting, but nonetheless, he did a really good job. Great job, Acid X Productions. I really appreciate you submitting your custom. Keep up the great work, man. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, so we have Tucker Loves Fulton, and he submitted a King Kong beast glove in a little diorama. Now, I thought this was really cool. I love that he made a little diorama for his display. Definitely size accurate, because you know all the trees are smaller than Kong, and I love that he put the mountains, and very appropriate setting. I thought it was really cool, because dioramas add so much life to a figure. You know, when it's just sitting on a shelf, that's one thing, but if you had a diorama made specifically for it, just adds a little pop to it, you know? Dude, great job on this. I love the diorama. Keep up the great work. Love to see more dioramas. That was really cool to see. Really different too. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, so we have Smile AVI with a custom Playmates Godzilla, and I can already tell that this is going to be insane, because all that articulation added to the figure. I mean, that's not part of the regular Playmates Godzilla. We just got a little bit of robot action regular Playmates Godzilla. So awesome job at improving the articulation. I can also see that the paint was improved as well. This is exactly what I mean. You guys do such a great job at adding articulation. That has such good articulation, probably just as good as the NECA Godzilla from what I'm seeing right here. And I can see that he also added articulation to the tail as well. Pretty cool that the figure is still able to stand on its own. But yeah, we got to give Smile AVI some props, dude. He literally made this $10 figure into at least a $25-$30 figure because of this articulation. Dude, great job. I'd love to see more of these. I'd love to see more work from you. Keep up the great work, man. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Okay, so we have Wordy Dog with a Skeleazilla, and I'm assuming this is a skull crawler and Godzilla fused custom figure. I can already see that he did some groundwork here, added some articulation, extended the neck, and we can see the progress here. He added some clay to really cover up all the articulation. articulation, and I can already kind of see the skull crawler head right here. And as for the final product, Skeleazilla, made with a Playmates Godzilla, mind you guys, and I think this looks really awesome. I think it looks really unique. I've actually been asked by a few people to make a skull crawler and Godzilla fused custom character, but I just haven't really got around to it. Not really too interested in making that right now, but obviously someone else has, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Wordy Dog, you did a really good job. You did a great job on the paint as well. I love the details that you added. You can really tell that you didn't just do flat up paint. You have some details in the cracks and crevices of the figure. Yeah, your hard work really shows off. Keep up the great work, man. Thanks for submitting your figure. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, now we have Goji with a custom Shimo. Looks like Shimo's just chilling here by the microwave. And like I said, guys, you already know I love my Shimo customs. This looks really awesome. I love the dirty looking aesthetic on Shimo. I also love the choice of blue that you use. It's a little bit lighter than what Shimo actually has. This looks great with white nonetheless, and we can see how absolutely tall Shimo is here with her legs, and she's still chilling by the microwave here. Like I said, dude, I love that you have all this articulation everywhere. Like I said, I'm noticing that a lot of people are using Lego joints for articulation, and I haven't experimented with that yet. That's definitely something I want to test out one day. If I ever do that, it's because of you guys. You guys gave me that idea. All right, Goji, great job on your Shimo custom. Looks absolutely amazing. I also love that the microwave is in the background of this photo. All right, let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, so we have Arthur Nagasaki with a custom Scar King figure, and it looks like he made a custom Scar King head and a custom whip slash, and he also repainted his axe as well. Nice little repaint that we have on Scar King here, the Playmates Scar King. And as we can see right here, he's got the custom whip lash on him, as well as that custom roar head that we have right here. We can kind of zoom in. I think he did a really good job. Kind of looks like the Battle Roar Scar King head, if I'm not wrong. But if you made that out of scratch, dude, that looks really awesome. You did a really good job. Here's another shot of that roaring head. Like I said, I can't really tell if you made it out of scratch or if that's just a Battle Roar Scar King head, but it looks great nonetheless, and I love the repaint that you did on the figure. Arthur, thank you for submitting your custom Scar King. Looks really cool. Also, don't want to forget that here there's a little beard that's sculpted on here. Really good detail. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, so we have HAH with a custom Godzilla Evolved. Now, look, I know a lot of people do the paint on the little spikes right here. That's not something I've done on mine yet because I'm so bad at painting little things on figures, so I'm afraid of messing it up. But it looks like he did a great job on this figure. This figure has really good lighting, especially under the blinds right here, and it really pops out the repaint that he did on the little spikes right here. Did a really great job on that. Just proves to you guys something so little could make the whole figure way better, and he proved that here in his custom Godzilla Evolved. Yeah, keep up the great work, man. I appreciate you submitting your figure. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. All right, so we have Adam Edits with a custom blue figure from Jurassic World, and he said that he custom painted every single detail on this figure. I'm assuming he means the eyes, the blue. I at least know what blue is. All right, I've actually watched Jurassic World, the one with Chris Pratt, and I love that movie. Looks like right here, this was the process of him painting blue. This is the finished product, and it looks absolutely amazing. I love it. Very simple. It does look like blue from the movie. I'm really tempted to learn more about dinosaurs, but I just really don't know where to start. I may not know dinosaurs like that, but what I do know is that Adam did a great job. Thank you, Adam, for submitting your figure. I appreciate your support in all my videos, by the way. Shout out to you. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Alright, now I have Kaiju Connection with a custom Godzilla Evolved, and he did a few things here. So first of all, he did a little repaint. I believe this is a third-party head, so this isn't the actual head from SH Monster Arts. And he's got a little superhero landing pose right here that we got going on. For some reason, he's able to get the head to stick all the way up straight, which you already know the regular SH Monster Arts Godzilla Evolved cannot do that for crap. So this has to be some sort of modification he did, or a custom head that he bought. There is no way the regular figure can actually look straight up like that. Head will just pop off. Alright, and he's got a cool little pose of Godzilla Evolved with a little katana. Absolutely love it. Don't know why, but it works so good. Finally, we have another pose of him holding his katana. Guys, this was pretty awesome. I love the poses that you can do with this figure. For some reason, he looks super swole. I don't know if the actual figure is swole like that or if he added that, but nonetheless, looks amazing. Kaiju Connection, thank you for submitting your custom Godzilla Evolved. Looks absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and head on to the next custom figure. Alright guys, and last but not least, we have JMC Studios, and he submitted his custom Hakai Shin Godzilla, and this is epic, bro. Like I saw this when he tagged me in it, and I really couldn't believe my eyes. But you can see all the different body parts that he used to make this figure. So there's different hands, different legs. I'm sure he improved the articulation in parts of the body, dude. Everything from the different parts of the body, the paint, and honestly it just looks really cool. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a next evolution of Shin Godzilla, but this thing looks really epic. I'm a really big fan of the spikes and the giant arms. It just works perfectly for like another form of Shin Godzilla. We've got a little battle action going on here with his Shin Godzilla fighting Kong, Behemoth, and Rodan. Really cool. I love that JMC has a bunch of figures to play with here. And we've got a little bit of Shin Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla going on here. Crazy how massive this figure is, guys. Pretty insane. And I noticed that there's a little elbow spike here, which is a really cool detail as well. Here's a shot of his Shin Godzilla with Godzilla. Looks so awesome. Let me go ahead and show you guys more of the spikes here. Man, he did such a great job on this custom, man. This is the custom he was talking about. This is what he was hinting at in my last episode. Looks freaking epic, man. I can't believe it. And I'm gonna end it off on this picture right here. Super epic, man. Like it's just leaving me speechless. Like I can't even make this. I can't make a figure look this good. All right, he definitely outdone himself with this, and I would totally love to see this in a stop motion. JMC, as always, did a great job. I really appreciate you participating in my show along with all of these fellow customizers. I just want to thank everyone for submitting a figure. You know, it's really fun for me to react to these, but I really do these for you guys. All right, I want your guys' hard work to be shown off, and yeah, we're all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for episode 5 of Friday Night Customs. Thank you all for submitting your custom figures. You guys already know if you want to be featured in next week's episode, just be sure to tag me in a post on YouTube or email me, and I'll be able to feature it in next week's episode. Possibly. I try to get as many people as I can. I can't really get everyone, but I do my best. All right, guys? Guys, please leave a like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.